Okay, there's a 3,000 mile long ship heading down our way. We gotta break it down, break down those shields, and hope to God there aren't as many casualties this time around.
It's That Other Review Show, brought to you by Two Black Labs Audio and A Week in Geekdom.
Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting episode, another edition of A Week in Geekdom Reviews. This is That Other Review Show. I'm gonna keep it simple, keep it short. Finally, actually two awesome things happened. One, we got a sequel 20 years later to one of the most successfully overhyped movies in the 90s. And no, I don't want to bash it because I love it. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love sci-fi movies. I love alien movies. I love war movies, and that movie perfectly encapsulated the 90s in a summer blockbuster. To me, it revolutionized what a summer blockbuster could do, and that movie was amazing. It was Independence Day. It's such an amazing, fun popcorn movie, just great. Independence Day Resurgence, however, it wasn't that great, and I really wanted to like it. I stayed away from every single review out there. I think I only read like one. And I knew what I was getting. I know it's not going to be a masterpiece. I just wanted to be entertained, to feel like pumped up because it's Independence Day. We got to kill some aliens and all that crap. Unfortunately, this movie lacks a lot of epicness and fun. It's really dull, it's really boring, and some of the characters are just downright awful. Not just the characters, but like the actual acting, the storylines. This movie had way too much characters. It really felt like a B-movie sequel that you would see on sci-fi, in my opinion. Yes, the story is actually really interesting. That's one of the big plus in my opinion. I really like the storyline, and if you take time out of your busy schedule to analyze what's happened in that 20-year gap between the first one and this one, it's really exciting. They could really do some awesome work with this. Unfortunately, much of the running time in this movie is just wasted on useless characters. Characters keep showing up every single minute. I was so confused. I was like, wait, who's this guy? Oh, that guy. Wait, why are you leaving? Then suddenly a new guy shows up. I'm sorry, Liam Hemsworth, he may be a good fellow or whatever, but the character Jake Morrison, I could care less about this guy. He really wasn't that likable. I didn't really care for his backstory. He has this beef with Jesse Usher's character, which is Will Smith's son in the movie. And that's another thing. The gap is so wide that I didn't really mind Will not being there. Canonically speaking, the character not being there is explained, and the explanation, I guess, is fitting for the character, for a hero to go out in such a manner. Yes, it is a cheap death, but if you would have had another movie or more setup or people to get accustomed to him not being there and just, you're just using it as an excuse because you couldn't get Will Smith in the movie again. But if you would have had something else that the media could consume, it wouldn't be such a high-level impact that out of the blue, this guy, you're supposed to believe that he is the character's son, and he is filling in as a fighter pilot. It's take it or leave it, in my opinion. I just thought, Jesse's acting was not that great, and I get it. I'm not an actor. I'm not an expert or any of that sort of thing. But it was really uninspired, lazy, and boring. Most of the line work in this movie, your classic cheesy dialogue, you just interrupted my wife and I from a very expensive hotel and something. That's something straight out of the 90s. That is just horrible. The good thing about this movie, of course, is bringing Livingston back. I'm talking about Jeff Goldblum's character because he was one of the most memorable parts of the original movie, along with Will Smith and Bill Pullman as the president as the best movie president ever. I'm sorry, he is the man, President Whitmore all the way. That is one of my favorite characters in the original movie. But of course, delivering that iconic speech. But Jeff is the only one that really sold the movie like he's in it and he's committed. Same with Bill Pullman's character. The only scenes that were really worthwhile, in my opinion, were the fight scenes, because I actually love the alien designs. I'm a huge fan of the alien designs and the ships and all that stuff. And I actually wanted to see combat between the two sides. And whenever things start getting good, bam, you cut to another boring shit that I really did not like, especially with the drill pirates or whatever. That was just tacked on. I don't know. I don't want to spoil things, but let's just say the end scene, the final act, the final battle against the aliens, and the whole sequence with the bus and the shield and all that stuff. That to me was like the highlight of the movie. That was awesome. And especially the implications at the end, where obviously they're setting up a third movie. In theory, it sounds fantastic, but the execution was just really weak and uninspired, in my opinion. Micah Monroe, that was the best character in the movie, and she gets sidelined like a lot. And that is just a shame, because she was actually really cool, great character. I think Micah did a fantastic job. She was the highlight to me, along with Jeff Goldblum. Those two were my favorite characters in this new movie. But yeah, a lot of cheesy one-liners, lots of explosions, and just some random sequences where I was just scratching my head as to how did this character get to here in such a short amount of time. No epic speeches. What the hell? Guys, if you want to see that, just know that you're gonna watch a battle between humans and CGI aliens and like lasers. It all felt like a video game, in my opinion. But some of those scenes were cool. There you go. If I were to rate it out of one alien versus like a whole colony of aliens, I would rate it like 3 aliens. By the way, this was my very first IMAX experience. There's an official IMAX in Puerto Rico now. And I went in to watch it, and I said, you know what, it's Independence Day, Resurgence, I want to see some aliens blow up in 3D and all that cool shit. I was really disappointed. It was extremely muddy. I hate 3D movies, and this movie reminded me why I hate 3D movies. I was so lost. There was so much CGI action going on, all the ships flying and everything, that I was like, hold on a second. I had to close my eyes and take off the glasses and then just put them on and just try and make sense of what was going on. It was really muddied, and the 3D made the movie even worse effect-wise. I don't know. It didn't work. The last battle scene, that was great in 3D, but everything else just was so muddy, so horrible, that I don't recommend it. And yeah, I hate 3D. I hate 3D movies. I said it. But the actual movie theater was great. It had that cool little Tron-like entrance that I really liked with the blue neon light. So, to summarize everything, Independence Day Resurgence, watch it only if you loved the original and want to see where the story continues. Otherwise, there are much better movies out there, like from your Finding Dory's and even Warcraft. So yeah, there you have it, folks. That is my review for Independence Day Resurgence. As always, you can follow me on your favorite social media platform, from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, and Periscope. Just type A Week in Geekdom and I'm there for you guys. Alright, I gotta go. I got a ton of stuff to read, watch, play, and binge, and I'll catch you guys on the next installment.
Thank you for tuning in to another installment. You can keep the conversation going through your favorite social media platform. You can like and subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, like our fan page on Facebook, and favorite our pics on Instagram. You can also write to us for feedback, suggestions, and such via aweekingeekdom@gmail.com. Until next time.
Yeah, this is the bunker, and it is hot. Whew.